pull it in, tighten here, Danny. Tighten it up. Make sure you're tight.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alan with Center Consoles Only. And we're going to get into some of the fun stuff here on the 450Z from SeaVee Official. We have Alan Wenzel, VP of Strategic Planning at JL Audio. So basically what we want to do is go through what you guys did, the collaboration with SeaVee on the 450 specifically, the full setup here. We're going to try to do a demonstration if that's possible. So if you can, walk us through that, and maybe we'll get into a little bit, of JL Audio and what you guys got coming. So,
great. Well, thanks a lot, Al. So, Jill Audio's relationship with SeaVee goes way, way back. Okay, actually, I met Ariel Perez back in the 80s. But for this particular boat, we actually worked with Rob Cady, the head engineer on this boat, really from the concept of the design of the boat. So back in January of 2018, I'm sorry, 2018, Rob and I sat down with just the general layout of the boat. And we said, okay, where can we really want speakers? What we do when we design the boat, we actually look at where people are going to be listening to, which we call them listening areas or zones in some cases. So in this particular boat, we have 3 plus 1 extra zone, which we try to create. We have zone 1, or the front listening area. So everybody's up in the bow of the boat, partying, having a good time. We have at the helm, which is another great application. So people are in the helm, they're driving the boat, they're operating everything. So we want to make sure that that's one of our real sweet spots, because of course, that's where the owner and the captain stay, right?
Sure.
They're the ones writing the check. They really get the sweet spot. Then we also have back here, which is called the cockpit area. So we want to make sure that this area back here, when they're fishing, playing, and doing everything that they like, again, they're able to enjoy the music here. Of course, the final zone, which we have, is when everybody's out. A boat like this, they love to anchor up at the sandbar, right? This is a party boat as well as a heavy-duty fishing boat. So what we've been able to do is create what we call the sandbar mode. Later in the show here, we're going to bring in Ray, who's going to kind of go over all the particular details of the particular layout of the boat here. So again, this boat here, we have 24 speakers, including 6 subwoofers. We have 2 massive 12 inches, which are powering up by a 1,000-watt amplifier.
Oh my goodness.
Really, really powerful amp. We have 4,400 watts of power. And not only that, we're using some of our newest and greatest technology at Jill Audio. We've got some MVI amps, which we're calling them, which our amplifiers are state-of-the-art. They have what we call a DSP, digital sound processing unit, inside the amplifiers.
Oh, wow.
What do we do there? We actually bring computers, microphones, RTA machines, everything out here. So we really take our really close look and close sound listening to this boat. It took us over 4 hours just to tune this boat.
Oh, my goodness.
We sat here, we played multiple songs, we went back, we went over songs again. So we make sure that the level is correct, and we're doing exactly what we feel when Rob and I sat down 2.5 years ago to really develop what we like to call here as our speaker delivery vessel. It's not really a fishing vessel anymore. Rob,
Speaker delivery vessel. That's
yeah.
Good.
So it really a good thing here. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn over the mic to Ray.
Ray, okay.
Ray is one of our marine sales directors. Ray was very instrumental on tuning the boat. We worked kind of as a team to designing and laying it out, but Ray is really the brains behind the operation. So Ray,
you
why
very
don't you
much,
go
Ray.
ahead and take it over?
Well, I appreciate that, Alan. And if you guys, I mean, the way these guys work is just top tier all the way around. We've had the pleasure of visiting their facility outside of, what is that, Miramar?
Miramar, yep.
Miramar. Absolutely incredible. We have some videos of that on our YouTube channel. So once you jump off this one, go ahead and jump into that one. You're going to want to see it. So excellent work. Ray's been around for how long have you been with JL now?
3.5 years now.
3.5 years. If you're around the industry, you know Ray, you've seen him. He's been on every boat possible, tuning just about anything. So he's definitely the guy to speak to. And looking forward to seeing, we've been hearing stories about this in JL Audio for quite some time. So however we can get, the down and dirty details and maybe some sort of demonstration. We actually set, now that you talked to us about that sandbar mode, and we'll get into that in a minute, we set up a microphone back at the end of this little basin, which is going to hopefully pick up the sound and the difference, which he'll get into the details of what that sandbar mode does.
Yep.
But we have this set up ready, and we're going to cue you in so you know when that's coming, so you can hear what this stuff is doing. Although it's not the same as standing here on the boat, we hope you get the idea, and it's pretty good. So bear with us. Let's go.
All right.
What?
So let's start off over at the bow.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about how we laid out the audio system in the bow for that specific zone.
Mm-hmm.
And then how we tuned that and adjusted it for a specific bow zone. And then we'll come back towards the helm area, and then kind of what speakers are laid out for that helm area and how we adjusted that
Let's
for
do
the
it.
driver position. And then we'll end up back here at the aft end of the boat.
So when you say the different zones, I understand that obviously this is like its own area. People can hang out here. You can have another group all together in the helm area and a third group over by the cockpit. But when you're controlling this stuff, is it different areas? Are you controlling these separately? Is it one
Yeah, so
united machine? How does that work?
On the Media Master, we have 4 zones of audio control. So we have independent zones going to different inputs on all the amplifiers.
Okay.
And then through the MVI system, it allows us to input and output signals that we can send to multiple amplifiers to have multiple amps on one zone, or just one amp on one zone. So we can send the signal into different amplifiers that way. And then what we did here is we took the speakers and the subs, and we set up a mic in what the listening position would be at this zone.
Okay.
And then on that mic, we connected to an iPad with a RTA program or software, and then we can listen to each individual speaker playing pink noise, and we can EQ each individual speaker to its given location on this 450 model.
Oh, wow.
So, for example, this 8.8 here in the bow is not going to sound the same as the 8.8 in this forward column, just given its reflective surfaces, the backing. This is the anchor locker. Back here, there may be a different position of the fiberglass, or maybe different thicknesses. So each speaker, although the same size, same power, is going to sound just a little bit different than it would in a different location.
So you're tuning these individually?
Each speaker gets tuned individually to its given location for the 450. Same goes for the 390. So you're actually getting a catered system that's being tuned for that specific model in its given location.
Gotcha.
And
everybody has a different layout where they want their speakers, pretty much. I mean, there's some, I guess, stock options would say, but it seems like they also stick them in places that are a little unorthodox. So it's good that you can adjust to that.
This premium package on this 450 will be exactly laid out like this for every 450.
Okay.
So when you get the premium package, you get this exact same audio system here.
Okay.
So it's going to sound exactly how we tuned it from day one. I didn't know there was a premium
package in place, so that makes it easy. It seems like you have everything covered. This is basically the top of the line on this 450.
Yep.
Okay.
There's really not another spot you can possibly put another one in here.
No, maybe down in the hall. Maybe overdoing it at that point.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got next?
So walking back towards the helm area, we're going to see the second zone that we set up. And
you can go ahead and bob in. I'll hang out here.
All right. So
actually, I'll stand behind you a second.
So here we took into account that we have the most important seat in the house, right here at the helm. Yeah. So we have speakers just on each side of the driver, and then we have seats just on the side of the rear seat. And then if you take a look up top here, we also have speakers that'll fill in this area up above your head. And we'll get a little bit.
Get over here and face this way if you don't mind.
Yep.
So the guys
we'll get a little more into detail about how we tune these speakers that are right in your face.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get customers saying, "Well, they're so loud right here, and I don't hear anything below." So we're going to get into the details on how we adjust these to help fill the area with sound, but not necessarily bleed your ears out.
Right. I assume if those are not adjusted properly, they can get quite annoying being right up in your face. So
definitely, yeah, and then
that'll be interesting to hear.
Essentially, by not being able to control those, or the way we've DSP'd them, the only thing you would hear here is those two speakers.
Okay.
Because they're so close to your ear level that anything down by your ankles, where these 7.7s are at and the 8.8s behind you, you wouldn't even hear them.
Okay.
Because these are so loud and so dominant.
Yeah, they're gonna overpower everything else.
So, and then again, when we do the demo, we hope to be able to portray how that sound level it comes up in and out.
Yeah, hopefully you guys will be able to hear that from home, and we'd like for you guys to comment and ask questions as well. Let me remind you, this is all live happening right now. So any questions that come in, we can ask Ray on the spot. So take advantage, do it now, and just let us know what you think, what you'd like to see, and we'll try to accommodate the best possible throughout this presentation. So sorry about that. Continue.
All right, no worries. So in this area is where we have the 12s, and maybe I don't know if you can maybe capture the view here of the 12, but there's a 12 here, and directly opposite of it in the on the other side of the console is the second 12.
Okay.
And in their given location, it really helps load off the side gunnels of the boat and load this area here with enough bass.
Yeah.
Where it's going to sound
I'm
really,
sure it bounces
really good.
off the gunnel, being tucked in where it is.
Yep.
It's a massive speaker. see on a boat like
Yeah,
this.
it sounds really good, and I wish you guys watching back at home can actually experience this, and it sounds amazing. Sounds really good.
Where can they see? After this, what do you guys have that maybe can show them some of this sound? Where could they? Is there anywhere?
So
besides a boat show maybe coming up, or
yeah, it would either be a boat show or one of our local dealers. We have a dealer locator on our website, and go into one of our dealers, and they can definitely do a demo for you guys to kind of experience what it sounds like.
Okay.
So let's move on back here to what we call our third zone. So for our third zone, we have the two 8.8s just on the front side here of the I guess tackle station we'd call it. We have another set of 8.8s and then a pair of 10-inch subs all the way on the transom, and that really helps load this back end here.
Yeah.
With
sure.
Nice bass and good full of music, and then above head, right here on the outsides of these front screens, we have another pair of 8.8s, and this is also another one that we'll talk about as far as getting that sandbar mode and raising a sound stage level. So these are going to help do that and project music out.
Yeah. We've talked about it on some of the other models before I even knew that sandbar
mode was a thing.
Was a thing. Those little pods up on the other models, they're huge. They're the stars of the show when it comes to a sandbar day or anything when you're in the water.
Yeah.
These kind of stay within the boat. These up top are the ones that are going to make their way out and reach you out there. So you guys are really going to want to hear about the sandbar mode. Really excited about that.
All right. So
you got two up in the tower right here.
In the tower, we also have another pair of 7.7s. Sorry, those are 6.5s. Another pair of 6.5s, and those in sandbar mode are also turned up quite a few dB to help project sound out. So, I guess I'll just start off with that sandbar mode, and kind of what we've done is
let's get into it.
So the two 7.7s at the helm, the two 8.8s in the rear of the hardtop, and the two 6.5s up in the gap tower. Those are all turned up 3 dB from what the cruise mode is. And you'll hear a difference on that. And then looking forward on the boat, any speaker that's firing back or can help get music out towards the back end of the boat, we've also turned up 3 dB as well.
Okay.
So that'll help all the music get outside of the boat. Where in cruise mode, you're really not trying to blast anybody out of the water.
And what happens to the other speakers? Do they drop down or?
No, they stay at the same level.
Stay at the same level.
Yeah, stay at the same level. So we turn up a little bit of the bass. We turn up a little bit of the highs on the speakers above head, and anything that's facing back.
Right.
So that will definitely help get sound out of the boat. Versus when you're in cruise mode, you really don't need all that energy wasted outside of the boat. You want the energy more staying in the boat as you're listening.
Basically, what he's saying is when you click that sandbar mode, it adjusts every speaker on this boat to kind of keep the ones down below not doing anything more than they need to, and then they kind of amplify the ones up top, which are gonna throw that sound out of the boat. So if there is someone in the boat, they're not getting overpowered by that sound, but the group outside in the water is enjoying that full experience. Yeah. So one question, how many speakers are on this boat and how much total wattage are we talking about?
So there's 4,400 watts. There's 24 speakers in total, and that includes 6 subs. There's 2 10s in the bow, the 2 12s in the console, and then there's 2 10s right here in the transom.
Oh, very nice. Definitely
let's show them
worthy
switch.
of the premium package name.
Let's show them the switch really quick on how they switch between the presets. And on this,
you're gonna test the sandbar mode, or not yet?
We can, yeah.
No, go ahead and do what you were gonna do.
Well, I wanted to show the switch that they've located here at the helm next to the source unit.
We'll bring Anthony over so you guys at home can see this. Go ahead.
So this is the MDRC 50, and this is cosmetically to look like a Bogotec switch to kind of blend in with the rest of the switches on the boat. And if you see that there's a colored ring on there, and that colored ring is assignable to anything that we assign it to in our software. So for the purpose of this, these 2 presets, we're using green as our cruise mode, green go, and then we're doing blue for the water is blue, so sandbar mode will be blue. And then we'll, I guess we can get into just playing a little bit of music and just hopefully trying to get.
So that's what's going to click you in and out of sandbar mode.
Yep, that's it.
Just that one button.
That's it. And awesome. we can set up to 6 different presets to any system of amplifiers, and then we can assign all those colors. I mean, we have I think 7 or 8 colors, so we can just switch through them as need be.
Awesome. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and give it a try. You guys ready to give that a shot? See if we can hear the difference in sound.
All right.
Now, once again, for you at home, we set up a microphone back at the end of this opening, and it's about 3 feet out of the water. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but hopefully it gives you guys an idea from a lower vantage point, the normal standard sound to that sandbar mode. We're going to click it. We're going to let you know exactly when that's happening. Put your volume up, see if you can hear it.
All right.
You guys good up there?
So we're going to start off on cruise mode and give it a few seconds to let it play so they can kind of hear that volume for about 20 seconds or so, and then I'll switch it over to sandbar mode, and I'll kind of give them a cue. Okay, I'm going to switch it now.
Let me make sure. Are you guys good for that up there? I'm not hearing anybody. You can hear me. Are you guys good for the sandbar mode demonstration? Okay.
All right.
So we're going to go ahead and put up the standard sound first. That's the standard mode?
That's the cruise mode. Yeah, that's the standard mode.
Okay. Let us know when you do it.
Now that her voice kicks in, I'm going to do it now.
Okay.
I'm going to switch back to cruise mode again.
Not sure if you guys can hear that at home, but it's very noticeable inside the boat. You can hear the sound go from down below.
I'm going to switch back to sandbar mode.
He's going to switch it again. That's awesome. It's a simple idea, and I feel like that struggle has been around forever, where you're in the boat, you have 2 or 3 people that aren't interested in being in the water. The rest are in the water, want to hear the music, they're blasting it. The people in the boat are uncomfortable lowering the volume.
Yeah.
The ones in the water are telling you to crank it up. So awesome little detail.
We get the question asked a lot of times: how can we get more music outside of our boat? You know, can I add more tower speakers? This gives us the ability to give you more sound out without having to add more product to your boat. So
it's a great idea.
That's definitely an advantage with this with these new amplifiers, the MVIs, and that DSP capability that we have a lot of power at our fingertips.
Awesome. We have a question real quick. Go ahead. Is having too many speakers interfering with the quality of sound?
At some point, you do start to have some cancellation between speakers. And again, every model, every boat is different. So we couldn't just say, this many speakers on any boat is going to be your cancellation. Placement is huge. And definitely, if there's at some point you do start to cancel out audio.
Right. There's a point where there might be too many where you're just not getting.
Yeah. Sometimes powering a certain amount of speakers properly is a better option than, just throwing 30 speakers in there and just overloading it. And, at some point, you're not doing yourself any justice by doing that.
Well, having it planned out properly, calibrated properly.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we do with SeaVee and another of our OEM partners is, we go in there at that design stage and we kind of look at the boat, and we probably could fit more stuff in here or put more speakers up here, but at some point it's somewhat overkill at some point.
Well, it's nice when you can come into a design early on and sit with Rob Cady and plan this out properly. It turns out a very high-end quality product, obviously. So
we think so.
It's very impressive. You guys always do great work, and beyond the great work, your group is amazing. We enjoy the relationship with you guys, become good friends. So that always speaks volumes when we can work closely with a company, and beyond the product being a good product, all you guys have been amazing from everyone throughout JL Auto we've met. So we have any other questions there? Or is there anything else you want to go through? We got a few more minutes of you. Oh, we got Alan back on the mic. Is he good there?
Well, Alan, thanks a lot for a great presentation and allowing us to be part of this, along with Ariel and his crew. But this is just something that JL Audio does, right? We've worked with SeaVee for so long that, as you just mentioned before, it's like family, right? We grow our kids, grew up together. We became successful. When we first started with these guys, we were just cracking into the marine market. Now we feel that we're very successful. We're able to bring in great people, great friends, such as you. But again, it's who JL Audio is. We just wanted to, again, thank everybody. Thank Senator and Councils Only for being a part of it and being part of who we are. SeaVee as well. So thank you. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
No
Appreciate
problem,
the
man.
time.
Thank you guys.
Ray, Alan,
Thanks.
Rob back there. The man is on stage next for the main event at 4 o'clock, about 35 minutes. We're going to walk through this 450Z in greater detail than you'll probably see anywhere ever again. So definitely take advantage. Tune in for that. That'll be at 4 p.m. sharp. Rob, Katie, and Ariel from SeaVee coming soon. Stand by. We'll see you at 4.